listen to the people who are calling us slaves. I can feel the sun.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Brian, and today is Monday, April 1st, 2024, and this is episode 666 of the Lots Project podcast, and it's titled, I Looked Everywhere. I'll be chatting about a trip to Kroger, a disastrous recording session, SRF prep, a new website, and much, much more. Let's first jump into the live chat, see who's hanging out in the coffee crew, grab a cup and hang out for an hour or so. Oh, it is April 1st, guys. It is April Fool's for sure. It is Monday morning. It's stacked all on top of each other, and I'm sitting here trying to post a comment, but for some reason, there is a chat function over my send over my send button on StreamYard. So we will see what happens here if I can get this fixed real quick. But it doesn't seem to want to let me move it. So anyway, might be a little light on the chat. All I had today really to put in the chat for myself was a link. I'm going to do that now, see if I can get it to go, and then we will be good to go. Just wanted to mention that Self-Reliance Festival in Camden, Tennessee is coming up here in, Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I believe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday is when they have scheduled events. You want to get to town Thursday, Friday sometime. Main event Saturday, Sunday. I'll be there. Toolman Tim will be there. A whole bunch of people will be there. We'll have a vendor tent set up. I'll be running a creator tent where content creators can get together, do interviews, things like that. And also we'll be having some scheduled time that you might get an opportunity to interview one of the main speakers, or just grab anybody that you see walking by and say, hey, let's go sit down and have a chat and record it for later use. Anyway, let me see if I can get this to post. Hey, there it goes. There's my link to grab tickets. You can find in-person tickets or virtual tickets at that link. It is affiliate link. I appreciate it if you use it. If you're going to go anyway, if you're going to pick up virtual tickets anyway, use the link and I get a little kickback, and I will appreciate that greatly. All right, who's over in the chat? I don't know. Man, if StreamYard redesigned their if they redesign their web page to put this chat function right over the send button on their chat feature here in the backside of StreamYard. Anyway, who is hanging out this morning? Early. Pip says, good morning. Humid's heading to Cape Canaveral for a sunrise. That sounds good, Pip. Sounds good for sure. Jen G, good morning. Hunter over on Twitch. Hey, Hunter, how's it going? Got something about you on my list to talk about today. And Pickle Pete swinging in. Already sent you a message this morning, old Pickle Pete. Already sent you a message this morning. It's always nice when I open my eyes and need to forward some information to old Pickle Pete. All right. Good morning. 666. Episode 666. Episode 666 on April Fool's Day. I batted around. Yeah, Hunter, I got you on my list. Well, kind of. I have you by proxy on my list. Episode 666 on April 1st, I batted around several ideas to take advantage of those things lining up together. April Fool's Day, could have had some fun with that. Episode 666, I mean, it is what it is. But all my planning time went down the drain. I have that on my list to talk about a little later. So we're just going to roll with it. It's going to be an every day and every Monday normal show. Nothing funny, guys. No jokes or April Fools. It is what it is. If you have any solid April Fools pranks that you may be looking to pull today on someone that may not listen to the show, or you have pulled in the past, drop them in the comments and let me know what the best is. I don't really participate. The people in my life really don't like to get pranked, I guess, would be a way. Pickle Pete says I got time vampires. Not sure what that means. Oh, I had time vampires. Oh, I had a disastrous day yesterday. I had gremlins. I had more gremlins, but they were of my own doing. So that's it is what it is. Fish doorbell update. Anybody been watching the fish doorbell consistently at all? I usually pop in once in the morning during the weekdays before the show. It's right here near my StreamYard. I just keep that baby there and just refresh it when I get a chance to swing in. Other than that, every once in a while, I'll check in. I'm trying to hit a good busy time when the fish are there. But man, this morning, got one. Actually, I saw a couple, and I hit the doorbell, guys. Has anybody hit the doorbell yet? If you're in the comments and you've hit the doorbell over on the fish doorbell and you know what happens, let me know, because I hit it this morning. I don't want to ruin the surprise for anybody that hasn't hit the doorbell when a fish shows up. But just so you know, be sure to not hit the doorbell unless there is a fish there. Unless Gen G asked if I saw a fish. That's awesome. Yeah, it was. Well, here's how it went down. I was watching, and it's like midnight over there, getting close to midnight. It was about 20 minutes ago, so a little before midnight. And I saw this thing floating, and it's a river, so it's floating. And I saw some stuff floating by, and it got bigger. And it was a piece of like seaweed or kelp or whatever kind of vegetation they have in there that had like broke free, and it was kind of floating up to the camera. And then right behind it came like this little fish, and he like sideways. He was one of those striped. He looked like a perch or something. What we have is perch over here. I don't know what they call them over there, but the striped little panfish. And he kind of chugged by, and I went to hit the button, and he was off the screen. Saw his tail just a little bit. So he was there, and then I saw some way in the murky background. You could see their outlines just kind of going back and forth. So I don't know if it was a school that was kind of there or what the deal was, but yes, definitely fished there this evening there just before midnight. Little school, nothing huge, no huge fish by any means. Sorry about the lean in there. I got a little itch on my back, and I got a whole new setup here, which ties in to yesterday's disaster. Oh, we're going to skip it, though. We're going to skip it for now. We're going to talk about the lead headline there, what we titled it after. I've looked everywhere. This rolls back to Friday. So Friday, you know what? It is Monday. I forgot to tell you what's in the cup. It is going to be a disastrous day. I tell you, not only is it a Monday, our schedule's a little off. We got up early, been off a little bit today. It's one of them days, guys. Good luck making it through your day. What's in the cup? I got FTO Blonde. I got FTO Blonde espresso in the cup today. It is phenomenal as always. I drank it all weekend. I enjoyed it all weekend. I got to spend time actually sitting, enjoying my coffee for a couple times. Usually I have my coffee with you guys and have a chat. No talking this weekend. Just kind of hung out with Corey and dicked around on my phone and did some other things and had a couple of presses of FTO Blonde from Food Forest Farms. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, it's literally on my list here. What's in the cup is the first thing on the list. Every day. Completely forgot it. 666 times. I guess I haven't been doing that for 666 times, but here we go. Go back to Friday. We will rewind to Friday, and Friday was last week's trip to town. to do laundry, to do grocery shopping, and things like that. I embarrass myself quite regularly, just in general. Most times in public, there is a distinct possibility that I will embarrass myself or do something that at least other people would find embarrassing for themselves. Just I'm used to it by this point. I'm usually thinking about 100 things at once and doing 100 things, and every once in a while, okay, here we go. We got bouncy bounce. Ah. It's you. It's you. Anyway, I went to Kroger. Laundry was smooth. Laundry went smooth. I pulled in. I had extra laundry. We did like all the bedding, all the dog bedding, all the clothes, and we had skipped a week. So I just had a metric shit ton of laundry. I rolled up and the laundry parking lot was empty, which was cool. I run inside. I started getting my laundry all started. I got all my washers started, and I turned around and the parking lot was full. And there were like people in a line walking into the laundromat. I was like, oh my God, thank God. If I had been 5 minutes later, I would have been here forever, because man, after I used mine and they all used their laundry, I don't think I would have gotten all mine started. I don't think there was enough washers left. So yeah, that I lucked out there. Laundry went really smooth, got through that and headed over to go do groceries. And that's where the embarrassment started. I know Kroger pretty well. I've been doing the grocery shopping for us since we got to Tennessee. Actually, before we got to Tennessee, started at Walmart for a little while, and then I found Kroger, and it changed my life. I love the place. The employees are nice. The products are better. The flow in the store is better. The co-shoppers, the other shoppers are better. Just all around better experience, and I get gas discounts right there. I guess I could get that at Walmart, but I like the Kroger better than Walmart. Sorry, guys. I got a dog hair right here in front of my eyes, and it's going to make me cross-eyed if I don't get it. Anyway, so I'm walking around. I'm doing Pickle Pete wondered if Cheap Mustard Face came out. No. But I'm doing the grocery shopping, and I'm really, really, really good at a list. Corey makes a list. I get what's on the list. I rarely get something off the list. One exception, I do get a popcorn chicken order normally every time I go for lunch. That's about the only thing I'll pick up that's not on the list. I actually, if there's something that's on the list that they are out of stock or don't have, I will actually mark on the list, like, couldn't find it, out of stock, blah, blah, blah. And I'll even take a picture sometimes just to make sure I'm not losing my mind. And I can present that to Corey. Just to, I try to keep a tight ship there on the grocery shopping. And so I'm walking around, and 3 out of 4 trips, our list is it could be the same. We rotate through kind of the same supplies. We get our beef somewhere else. We just kind of rotate through the same meals. It makes it easy. Pickle P says, Rutro, you went rogue. Donuts. Actually, I did get donuts, and that was okay. Because Corey and I had gotten donuts before, and I got them for us, not just me. But, probably 3 out of 4 times our list is the same, almost exactly the same. Sometimes we need paper towels or toilet paper or this or that, but it's pretty consistent. This time, it was throwing me for a loop. Now, when everything is the same on the list, you know where it is. Like, I can look at the list, and it doesn't even have to be in order, and I can know where I got to pick stuff up. Well, with Norman's foot being an issue, and we've been soaking it pretty regularly, we gave him Benadryl pretty regularly and stuff. There were 2 new items on the list. There was Benadryl, and there was Epsom salts. And so I got my groceries, and those 2 things were on the list. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go find those. I I don't know if you've ever been to the Kroger or if all Krogers are the same, because I've really only been to the one, I think. Maybe a couple, but one, this is the only one I really remember the store layout. But in Kroger, there's like all the grocery aisles front to back. And then as you're facing the front of the store, off to the left, running side to side, it would be 1, 2, 3 aisles. So 3 aisles with 2 shelves. And they have, your normal pharmacy stuff, painkillers, allergy meds, blah, blah, blah. But normally, like when you're in the pharmacy section of like a Walmart or something, they have like the soap and all of that stuff right there with it. Well, in Kroger, if you go in those aisles and then you get to the end and you turn, it was probably like the 5th aisle in of the front to back aisles is where all that stuff is, like the soap and the bath supplies, the deodorant, shaving cream, which usually you would find in the pharmacy. So I'm thinking Benadryl is going to be in the pharmacy. Epsom salts could either be in the pharmacy or in the bathe. And I'm like freezing today for some reason. Interesting. And so I start I have those 2 things left on my list, and I go into the pharmacy section, immediately find the Benadryl, sort through the boxes, find the ones I want, and I grab those. I stroll through the aisles of the pharmacy section looking for Epsom salts. I figured there'd be 2 or 3 bag sizes, whatever. And I would see it. I'm looking top, bottom, like really kind of, I don't see it. Thinking to myself that more than likely it's going to be in with the soap, the cleaning, the personal hygiene type section over in the other aisle. So I didn't really look that intently because I had figured it was going to be in the other aisle. And so I go over to the front to back aisle with all the soap and everything, and I'm walking through and I'm looking. Here's the deodorant, here's the soap, here's the shampoo, here's the bar soap, here's the razors, shaving cream. Walk down the aisle. I get 3/4 of the way down the aisle, and that's where it ends, and it turns into like baby stuff, like baby wipes and diapers and the baby section. None of that for me. None of that for me, for sure. And so I get there, I turn around, I leave my cart, I walk all the way down 3/4 of the aisle looking again. Epsom salts. No. I didn't see any. So I walk back again, looking. I grab my cart and I turn around and I start going back down the aisle again. And as I'm coming down the aisle, one of the employees that was doing the shop for everybody else, the call-in orders, and then they have the employee go around and pick up the orders. Hey, good morning over there on Noster, Jim. Thanks for the zap. I appreciate it. So this employee that was picking an order came up and we met like halfway. Well, it'd have been 1/4 of the way down the aisle, in the middle of the bath section. And I'm standing there and I kind of run into her. And Kroger, the one thing about Kroger I don't like, the aisles are kind of narrow and they put these displays in the aisle that you got to go like in and out of. So when you come face to face with somebody at one of these baskets, you got to kind of like, it's like traffic signals. And so I kind of meet her at one of these baskets and she goes to back up a little bit. And I was like, hey, while I got here, maybe you can help me out. And she said, well, maybe, I don't know, but I can give it a try. I like the girl already. So that she looks at me and she kind of giggles. And I said, hey, I'm looking for Epsom salts. Could you help me find them? And she said, yeah. All right. And she literally just goes like this and points directly to her left, my right. And I turn my head and sure as shit, there's the Epsom salts. And you would think, bottom shelf, it's not a real popular item. Bottom shelf kind of tucked away or something. Like I didn't see it because one thing I have an issue 5. So I don't see the bottom shelves very easy. The like angle, not wide enough, like a triangle. It was like a 3-foot wide section from the top shelf all the way to the bottom shelf of Dr. Teal's Epsom salts. 40 different scents, 40 different aromas. I'd walked by it 4 times at this point and not noticed. So I felt kind of silly. And she also said, and if you look down to your right, if you can't find what you're looking for on the shelf, the basket's full of the stuff too. And I looked to my right, and that basket I told you about, I had to go around. Yeah, it was overflowing with bags of Epsom salts. Like literally one on the ground because they had stuffed so many in that one had fallen out. I'd looked everywhere, guys. I didn't see it. Problem was, I looked through them all, and we need unscented. We're using it to soak our dog's feet. I am not going to torture my dog by using scented Epsom salts where he has to stand in it under his nose and have that effervesce up into his nose. That would just be horrible. Hunter says, be careful. She's going to think you were hitting on her. Maybe run into her and just glance and find the closest thing just to look like an idiot. Hitting on her by looking like an idiot. That would be a good play, I guess. I was like, oh, thanks. I looked through all of them. Not one unscented flavor, smell, scent, whatever. None unscented. I was like, that's not good. And so I was like, oh shit. I said, so she was still in the aisle and she had gone down. She was down towards the baby stuff. And I said, hey, is this the only place you have these? She's like, why, there weren't enough there for you? I was like, really? No, I need unscented for my dog. She's like, well, there might be some over in the pharmacy. Might be some over there. And I was like, okay, sure there is. And so I walk over to the pharmacy and I intensely walked all 3 aisles. And right at the bottom, right on the end of one of the aisles, I almost squatted down to see it. There were one little display about this wide of 2 different bag sizes of unscented Epsom salts. Why do we keep Epsom salts in 2 different places? And why in God's name do we need 17 different smells of Epsom salts? But this is not an uncommon occurrence. Like, it is not uncommon for me to in Kroger, I have asked for help finding something that I was actually standing in the aisle of probably 2 or 3 times in the last 6 months. The employees look at me like, really? Really? Pickle P says Chicken Joe charges him $0.25 for all the easy fines in the front of his nose. I'd be broke, dude. I would literally be broke. Like, I look for the stuff and I knew exactly what I was looking for. I knew what the bag looked like. I knew everything. And I was just like, top to bottom. So anyway, that was Friday. That was the way my day started off. You would think that would happen today on April Fool's, but I was just getting a head start on that. Noster, I got Noster here on my list. Jim is over on Noster. I appreciate Jim watching over there. If anybody else want to pop over on Noster, Jim says, and sir, you have mustard on your face. I don't have mustard on my face today. I don't think. Nope. No mustard on my face. Noster is a solid place. I have yet to put those videos out on how to sign up. It's pretty straightforward. If you get over to if you use the Primal app on iOS or Google. If you download the Primal app on iOS or Google and you try to get through it and you have problems, feel free to reach out to me. I can help you through it. It's on a pile of stuff that I have to get done to get those videos together. I got videos that are way more overdue than the Noster onboarding video that I have to get done, but it is on the list there. But one thing that spun out on Noster over the weekend that I want to let you guys know about is Hunter over there on Twitch. Hunter, if you recall, or if you're in the Telegram group at t.me/lots chat, you know Hunter has kind of launched Reed's Rabbitry website. We helped him troubleshoot that. Reed's Rabbitry is the rabbitry that his boy owns or started, owns. I think Hunter owns everything. We'll let him pretend he owns it, but is running, and he's firing it up. He's consigning buns. He's selling them. He's ramping it up, and he's finding all the ways to make the money, which is fantastic. And we like to encourage this thing. One thing I talked about with Hunter, I was like, man, you got to maybe we should do a fish doorbell, or you should do a fish doorbell of your rabbit tree, maybe one of your rabbit, your doe cages, when she's pregnant, when she has buns, and then when things change, maybe you go to a different doe, or maybe I don't know what his setup is. Maybe they got colony raising, and you can just have a camera on it all. I was like, I think if you had live feed of rabbits and baby buns, people would definitely throw you some sats, because who doesn't like sitting and watching animals? Corey, do you like watching animals? Who doesn't like sitting and watching animals, especially cute little baby rabbits? If you've ever seen a baby rabbit, if you think rabbits are cute or rabbits are fun, if you've never seen like a 3 or 4 day old jumping bean, those are kind of cool. But when they get like their first fur and they're all puffy, but they're still little tiny things, they got the big ears. Well, kind of big ears, but little ears. Baby rabbits are kind of fun to watch. They'll put a smile on your face. If you are the most hardened asshole, miserable piece of shit that you could imagine, if you watch baby buns, if you watch baby buns for a little while, baby rabbits, you sick people, if you watch baby rabbits for any length of time, you will smile, or at least be a little happier. I have to admit. Pip says, are the animals on rotisserie cooker? Depends on the animal. Depends on the animal and depends on the feed, I would say. But anyway, I told Hunter, you got to figure out getting the live stream up over on Noster, and man, pioneer this hashtag I came up with for you. Pioneer, start using and encouraging others to use and follow and visit hashtag Zap My Buns. I was like, it could go one of two ways. Either a bunch of people jump on board and they start posting pictures and videos of their rabbits, or the porn scammers will take it over and it'll just be all ass shots. I'm not sure which way it's going to go, but it could be a home run either way. So if you're on Noster, I've highly encouraged Hunter to start tagging all his rabbit content with Zap My Buns, hashtag Zap My Buns. And I encourage you to do the same. If you raise rabbits and you're on Noster, you should post them over there. Post the pictures, post the videos, hashtag Zap My Buns. Search hashtag Zap My Buns and Zap Reed's Buns. Zap them. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. Pip says, or pics of hot dogs in buns with mustard. You just want to make people hungry? Is that like the pre-lunch? You're like coming up to your lunch break. You're on the 9 to 5 with the whistle blowing lunch break, and you're like, oh man, I had a really big breakfast. I don't know. It's just going to be a waste of an hour going on this lunch break. I better That's what I like. You're not hungry. It's going to be a waste of your lunch break. You're going to want to eat. So now you go to the food live stream where you're going to see pictures of all the good foods, all the stuff that makes you instantly hungry. If we could figure out how to pipe smells through the computer, we could do that, like scratch and sniff or something. And it's just a preamble to your lunch break where it helps you get hungry. There you go. There's your next best idea, Pip. So is that my buns? Definitely head on over to Noster and type in hashtags at my buns and see what you can find. See if Jim's over here. Nope. Jim, are you zapping Zap My Buns over there on Noster? So that was that on the list. Next on the list was my day yesterday and why I didn't have some spectacular April Fool's 666 video lineup outline or anything done. I had about an hour yesterday kind of set up to poke into some things, set out an outline, get that show prep ready, and it was in a busy day. Like my schedule yesterday was going to be pretty tight to begin with. I really I love it. Mike's Homestead says, I swear I was really looking for rabbits. I don't know why she popped up on my screen. I love it. I love it. Giving people outs to look at porn. Anyway, my day yesterday was going to be super busy, which ended up spilling over into today, tomorrow, and every other day being super busy, just like normal. But I thought I was getting caught up. Saturday, Corey and I were super productive, but I ended up adding some things in as things happened, but did get a shit ton done, got a bunch of stuff done that I had to get done. I rearranged my desk situation here where I was able to get the platform up about 6 inches, which is going to save me from doing this all day and my shoulders, neck, and everything else hurting at the end of the day. Anyway, yesterday, Sundays have become the default day that I record my weekly Amazon influencer update. I release it on Sundays. I know I should do it before that. This week, I have to do it before that because I'm going to be at SRF on Sunday. So I'm hoping to get back into a pattern of getting it done on like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because all my stats are done right now. I run it Monday through Sunday, and it ends like yesterday, and I'll post the video next Sunday. So I have a whole week to do it, and I always leave it till the end just because I usually do it in one shot. There isn't a ton of editing, and it's just basically talking about what happened. So it isn't like a huge production deal. So I usually do that in the morning, late morning after coffee or with coffee. I sit down, I record it and edit it and get it out by like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Well, yesterday, I went to record and I was running a little late. Corey and I did some stuff I have on my list here to mention in a little bit, but got done with that stuff, and I came in to record my episode or record the weekly update. And I had my notes done, had to pop down a few things on the notes that I had thought of over the couple days since I had prepped my outline. And I did that, and I use OBS software on my computer to record it, do picture-in-picture and all this stuff. Really learning how to use OBS. I mainly use StreamYard for my streaming, but messing around with OBS and moving forward with that, and hopefully eventually when I add some Nostr-only streams and some other stuff, maybe some Amazon affiliate stuff, of Amazon Lives that I plan on doing soon, OBS is going to be a easier solution than StreamYard. So I'm kind of learning it as I go. I pulled up OBS and I had it all set up. It took me probably a day to get things, to learn it enough and get things set up that I know how to use it for what exactly I want to do. That video. I have preset little things on there. I click on this one, I click on this one, and it's just all set up. And it's been 12 weeks or so since I set it up. So I don't really remember exactly what I did because it's new. You know, when you do that thing for the first time and you like look through all the directions and you get it set up, and like 3 days later, you're like, how the fuck did I do that? I don't care. It works still. Kind of like a BTC pay server that I'm fucking with now. Anyway, it was all set up. I go to use it and I go to click on something, and somehow I clicked on the wrong spot. I clicked on the wrong button. I clicked on something, and it like threw everything out of scale. Like literally everything. My viewer for my spreadsheet, my camera, my picture-in-picture camera, everything was all blown out of proportion. Some got bigger, some got smaller, and it was just all out of whack. And I'm like, what did I just do? Searched for an undo button, Googled how to undo. Like, I was just thinking if I didn't do anything and I undid it, it would go back. But whatever I fucking did, there was no undo. So I proceeded to spend the next 2 hours setting up OBS again, researching everything, documenting what I did this time. So when this shit happens again, I can look it up very fast. So I struggle through it. I get everything back. I wiped everything. I just started new. I was like, the more I tried to fix it, the worse it got. So I was like, all right, well, it didn't get this bad when I was originally doing this. So let's just start from zero. So I wiped everything and I started again. 2 hours in, I get it done. 2 hours in, I get it done. I got everything loaded in. And I go for it. Excuse me. And it, like I said earlier, I usually do it in one take. So the video is about anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes every week, depending on what I have to say, what happened during the week, what stats I got, this and that. If you haven't watched the videos, check them out on YouTube. They're under the Amazon Influencer playlist. And so I usually just do it a straight shot, just like these shows. I pop up the outline and I go through it. I go through the motions. I get it done. So I run through it. It took me about 18 minutes. I was really happy with the take. It was a good morning. Like I was having I had a good flow going. I didn't want to redo anything. It wouldn't been a bunch of editing. I would just basically added in intro and an outro that I already have recorded, and it would have been done. And so I was like, hey, Corey, I got to edit this real quick and then we can do whatever. Sorry, I'm running late. 2 hours. And so I open up my editor program and I load the video file and I put my earbud in and I hit play, and it was really quiet. And I was like, what's going on? And it usually I hit start and then I got to put all the shit on the screen so I can see it. And it layers on top. So there's usually like 20, 30 seconds. I clear my throat, I take a sip of water, and then I give myself a little visual cue, and then I start. So right after that visual clue, I can cut it and delete the beginning of the video. I'm listening, nothing. I see my mouth start moving, and I got nothing. No audio, and I'm like, make sure that my volume is make sure my volume's up, make sure I got my right audio output selected for my earbuds. Yeah, nothing. Look at the audio track in the editor, flatlined, absolutely flatlined. And it's slowly setting in. Sorry, Walt, if you hear any growling, Walter's over there having a dream. He is dead asleep growling at something. He might start howling here in a second. That's always fun. So I'm slowly starting to realize that there was no audio. I was slowly starting to realize there was no audio. And so you can't see it here, but like right here is my microphone. Had pop filter in front of it. And I moved the pop filter on the microphone. And the light was off. There's a little green light here on my microphone when it's on. Remember when I said I raised the desk on my setup here so I didn't have to hunch over every day? I could get a little higher and sit more up in my chair. Well, when I did that, I had to take my computer all apart, unhook everything, and blah, blah, blah. Well, my microphone's USB. My microphone is USB connection for the input, the feedback, and the fucking power. Guess what Brian didn't plug in again? Guess what probably threw OBS for a fucking loop-de-loop when I logged in and probably screwed my settings and was the issue? I recorded a 20-minute video with no audio whatsoever. I was upset. I was a little upset. I gotta tell you guys, I wasted. Now I'm up on 3 hours, pushing 3 hours of just ridiculous time wasting. And so I went back, I calmed down, I spent some time with Corey, we did some other stuff. I came back, I sat down, and I got it done. Put it out, and I think that the recording the second time actually turned out better. I think the flow in it was even better than the first, so I think it might have turned out, but man, 3 hours on a day that I was supposed to be 3 hours 3 hours gone in a day where I was like, I had tried to plan every 5 minutes of the day, basically. Pickle pieces, I'd have done a voiceover. I would have had to redo the thing anyway. So trying to match up the voiceover with watching the video and recording it in a different program, I was just like, fuck it, I'll just record the thing again. It was what it was. It turned out better. Chris Dixon, good morning. How we doing, man? It's he says, funny how we're our own worst enemies most times. Frustrating. Yeah, it was. When you get in that routine, like I don't unhook anything here. I got a laptop. My laptop doesn't move. For the longest time, my laptop, I couldn't even unplug it because the battery was literally dead. And when I would unplug my laptop, even if it had been plugged in for 5 years straight, it was dead. So it would just turn off. So basically, it was a stationary, very small computer. I changed the battery out in it. I can still take it away, but I don't. Everything just stays set up here. It can move if I need to, but it doesn't. So I never go and think, is my camera plugged in? Well, my camera's obvious if there's no picture. The audio, I don't know how that slipped by. Anyway, got it done, got it out. Some of the other things we did yesterday, I mentioned Corey and I did some SRF prep. We did an inventory of all the products we're going to take to Pickle B says, like getting out an hour and realizing the batteries are at home. Pretty much. Like getting a half hour away at Delinquent's Gully to go do a bunch of clearing and planting work and realizing you forgot your gloves at home when you're clearing thorns and briars and berries and everything that's going to stick you and make you unhappy. Yeah, like that. I just stayed and worked. Obviously, I just recorded with no microphone and then recorded it again. Before I went into that, though, Corey and I sat down and we got all our stuff, our inventory ready for SRF. We talked about pricing. We talked about what kind of signage and things we want to bring. Right now, we have a pretty significant inventory of paracord stuff. We are bringing paracord bracelets. We are bringing paracord keychains. We are bringing paracord water bottle holders. And 3 styles of keychains. I think it's 3 styles of keychains, water bottle holder, and bracelets, 2-size bracelets. We're also going to bring our hats that we made. I know it's going to be April. It's supposed to be like 70 during the day and 50 overnight. No one needs a winter hat, but they're a pain in the ass to store, and we're realizing that. We really liked storing the paracord inventory as opposed to the big bulky hat inventory, and also the materials to make the paracord supplies is way better to store than the yarn. So we're going to see how they go. We might roll back into the hats into fall when it's time to start selling them. But as for the summer, I don't need to haul around or trip over or try to hold on to all these hats. So hopefully we're going to sell them there. And the paracord stuff, depending on what we sell, what we don't sell, we will then transition those to selling them online after the fact. But we wanted a big old stock at SRF in case people want to buy them. So that's cool. We got that all. Corey made a spreadsheet so she can track. We can track what we have, what we sold, what we made, and what it cost us. All of that fun stuff, and keep a little bit of an inventory. So excited for SRF. So we got that. Corey and I discussed a flyer that I'm going to make up using odds and ends about paracord. I haven't really figured out what I'm going to put on it yet. But maybe the top 10 uses for paracord, history of paracord, different size types and styles. I don't know. I'm going to probably make a one-page either trifold or just a flyer. I don't know, to give out with those. Creator tent I mentioned earlier. I'm kind of in charge of, not kind of in charge of that. I am in charge of that. What that's going to be is a place, like I said earlier, for people that want to do videos, want to do interviews with other people there, whether they be presenters or just another guest that you met that's interesting. You got a podcast, you got a YouTube channel, you just want it for posterity, you can interview them. It's going to be a tent with equipment set up. We're going to have the capability to record it and provide it to you later. Or we're also going to have tripods, things like that, where you can bring your own phone, camera, mics, whatever, hook them up and record that record it yourself, have it immediately, or have access to it after the fact. We're also talking to some of the headliners, the main presenters, and hopefully we'll have 4 to 6 of them booked out who will be doing 4 10-minute interviews. So Angry American, Toolman Tim, Nicole, we'll see who we can get roped in to fill in a spot. But man, what would it be to if Angry American's your favorite author, your favorite prepper porn author, and you got a chance to sit down and talk to him for 10 minutes and have a recording of it, whether you got a podcast or YouTube channel or not? I think that would be pretty cool if he is your favorite author, a chance to sit down and interview him for 10 minutes or so. So that's exciting. We're going to kind of test run it this event. It was their last event. No one really knew about it. And Nicole reached out and asked me if I would kind of take the reins and set it up and kind of direct the action. So yeah, why not? We'll do it. So we'll see how that goes. Kind of rolling with it this pretty loose and loosey-goosey this go around, and taking the feedback that we get and really dialing it in for fall. But trial run. So worked on that a little bit, got schedule put out, or got schedule kind of dialed in, and I need to print it out and signage and things like that. So that took a little bit of time. Pip says everyone gets a podcast. That sounds cool. Yeah, I mean, it is like, if you going into it, I talked to Nicole and I was like, this might be a home run. There might be 100 people interested in doing this, and there might be 2. Let's see how it goes. And really, depending on the people that depending on the interest of the people that sign up to be in these slots, these pre-filled slots, really will depend on how we fill them. At an hour, if they commit an hour, which is a lot because they're already committing the time to do their presentation, this would be another hour at a separate time. You really can get probably 4 slots, 10 minutes, 5 minutes in between, to kind of transition if things go over, or, you just got to wrap up and you got to get people in and out, get set up. 5 minutes seemed reasonable. So 4 slots in a festival that size, that's a lot of people to choose for. This year, this go around, it might be interesting. I think if there is a big interest in this, we'll end up probably doing drawings or raffles or something like that to fill the popular spots. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna play it by ear this year, make it work, and man, let her rip in the fall for sure. With lots more feedback and lots more info to go on. Yeah, and then, and then, I've been working on a little thing. I announced it yesterday in the Telegram group. I soft launched it. It's not quite done yet, but it is up and functioning. Unfortunately, I'm lacking three things I still need. Three things on my punch list that I still need to get done to make it what I want. But I purchased, built, and released comfreyroots.com. That's comfreyRoots.com. I'm going to put it in the chat here real quick. Sorry, I can't copy and paste because this stupid little chat thing is over my over my message bar. But there you go, comfreyroots.com, your one-stop shop for picking up comfrey roots. And yeah, I'm still waiting. I have to install a coupon. Oh, I don't have to install it, but I have to mess around with a coupon code. I'm gonna be running some coupons for, say, podcast listeners. I'm also in the hunt for a affiliate program plug-in to let you guys that support the show also get a little kickback if you support that website and you pop it out there with your links. You get a little kickback on comfrey sales, so I got to get that done. And then my go-to crypto payment gateway has stopped working with WooCommerce. It looks like WooCommerce went one way and updated some stuff, and I don't know if my plugin is going to catch up or not. Currently, it's not working, so I'm exploring other options to accept Bitcoin and Lightning on the site, and it might end up being just a matter of a note there if you want to buy using crypto to reach out directly for the short term. I know the best way, the absolute best way would be to fire up my own Bitcoin node and Lightning node on a personal server. And that's in the works. That is on my skills to obtain. That is on my skills to learn. That's a funding and a time issue right now because I got to buy the hardware and also teach myself how to get it set up. So that's in the future. I was looking for a free shortcut to make it happen before, but I think that's going to be a manual thing until I get my server up and running and get my Bitcoin and Lightning nodes. So, but comfreyroots.com should be good to go. It is basically a sales page and an info page. I got one blog post up. I'm going to start popping blog posts up there. The first blog post was how to plant your comfrey root cuttings. There's going to be other ones, what you can use the leaves for, what you can use the roots for. Just blog posts trying to draw those keywords in, and then basically one product, 10 packs, comfrey roots. Get them. Spread it around. If you know anybody that needs comfrey roots, comfreyroots.com. I was really actually shocked that the domain was still available. When I saw it, I was like, why not? Give it a go. Why not give it a go? And we'll see if we sell enough to make it worth it on our own. So, Pickle Pete says, if everyone could just go search that website on multiple search engines, it would really be helpful. Don't have to do anything when you get there. Just search on multiple devices. So go to Google and type in comfreyroots.com and then click on it. Don't click on something else. Search comfreyroots.com and click on comfreyroots.com when it populates in your favorite search browser. Do it in Google, Bing, pre-search, DuckDuckGo, wherever you do. take 2 seconds. Take 2 seconds to type that in, hit search, and when you find it on the list, be sure you find the right one because sponsored ads will get above it. But when you find it, click on it, and then navigate away if you want. Pickle Pete says, or search comfrey roots, just the words. I'm on page like 7, I think. I don't know at this point if at this point, you're probably going to have to scroll. Probably going to have to scroll to find it if you search comfrey roots. For sure. We'll see. Working on that and just decided to go with a clean page by itself. I do sell it on thelostproject.com, but I saw comfreyroots.com for sale and thought a standalone only one product and information about one thing and see how it goes. So little experiment there. Comfrey Roots sales are going well over on Etsy, and I think Pickle Pete, did you use SEO? Dude, I didn't fall off the turnip truck and turn on the internet yesterday. I kind of know how things work. Yes, I've been SEO optimizing and using AI to do it. Yes. Oh, let's see what else is here. Let's see what else we got before we wrap up today. Man, I got a new light. I got to see where it is here. Guys, I got a new light in the mail. Let me see. It's small. It's small, guys. This thing right here, this is my new favorite light. I was excited about the cube. I thought the cube was pretty cool. Man, Olight knocked it out of the park with this thing. This is tiny. No reference. Here. Here's a quarter. This thing is sweet. Super bright. Three white modes, a strobe mode, signal beacon mode, red flashing and red solid light modes. This little clip here. You got a magnet here and a hole for a lanyard or a string or something. It is how long is it? Oh, how long is the charge? It is chargeable. It's got the USB micro, I think. Did they put the USB-C on this one? It's aluminum. It is super light. It's super well made. And man, yeah, USB-C charger. I haven't killed it yet. I charged it on Thursday. And I've been messing with it since. I would say at least 12 hours of light. Depending on the mode it's on. Is it waterproof? Those are great questions. And like I said, I just got it. I haven't dug in. I've just done some initial videos over on TikTok. This is my first product that is on TikTok and Amazon. So I'm kind of messing around with it, making some TikToks, and going to dig into a solid review. So waterproof and charged last. But yeah, I love this light so far. I really do. Corey's probably sick of hearing about it, and man, I'm impressed. The cube light was cool. This is super cool. This is super cool. Good morning, John Palmer. Thanks for swinging in. Just talking about the O clip by Olight, and Olight is pretty solid in the lighting industry. They do make some quality other flashlights and things. So Pip says I should wait for the review video. I mean, maybe. I'm just thinking. I just know I'm pretty pretty impressed. Pretty impressed. I think it comes in at like $30. Comes in at $30, but I think the functionality is phenomenal. I love the fact that it's so light, so small. It fits in your fifth pocket, like your change pocket there in the front. I would think that it would fit for those girl pockets that Nicole Sauce always talks about. You can clip it here and it shines down on your workspace. You can clip it here and it shines in front of your eyes. John Palmer says, I have several O-lights. Pickle Pete says, fuck, $30 for a 6-pack. Go ahead. I like buying quality shit that's going to last. I was grabbing my last $30 flashlight. I don't think I have it in the pocket here. Was not prepared for this. I grabbed my last $30 flashlight I bought, and I'll show you how long I've had it. It's in my other pants, though. Really? Or out on the table over there. I was comparing it with this. The last time I bought a $30 flashlight was like 7 years ago. And all the paint's worn off it. It was a Stylus Pro, and the thing just works. If this thing can last me 7 years, and the convenience of it, the size of it, clip it on a backpack. If you felt this, Pickle P says $30 for a 6-pack. If you felt the quality here, that's the thing. Aluminum case, it feels quality. John Palmer says, I like them better than Surefire and Streamlight. Initially for an EDC light, I am leaning towards this. I've carried a Streamlight, like I said, 7 years at least. Probably longer. The same one. And within 3 days, I like this better. Pickle P says, we just put a new LED bulbs in the big, heavy, old mag lights. Yeah. I mean, I'll find out about the waterproof and the charge length on this. Hey, Norman Earthquake. But yeah, this is solid. I'll be talking about more on that starting April 14th, Sunday, April 14th. I think I'm going to start doing a live on Sunday mornings on Amazon talking about that week's featured products, whether it be new products I got in, products I did review videos on, products that I've made a decision on that I want to recommend them. I really like them. Any new information on things. Going to just sit down for an hour to 2 hours on Sunday mornings and bullshit about the little products I got. That's the plan. To drive sales over there. Pickle P says LED is so bright and such a small footprint. I did a video. If you're on TikTok and you go over to my page, it's kind of meh. It's a video last night. I just was checking out how it filmed, and I thought the video was kind of cool. It's not. It is what it is, but it shows how bright this light is from dark. I was standing in the dark with it videoing me, and I would turn the light on and off. Cameras will kind of mess with you, but man, bright. Yeah, it says it's 300 lumens on the high setting. 300 lumens in the dark is a bright light. It really is. Add in a strobing feature, and it gets even brighter. Hunter says I'd probably lose it a lot. That is the one thing I'm thinking about. But with this little hole here, and it fits paracord, I'm thinking keychain. It is literally small enough to fit on your keys, guys, and light enough. You wouldn't even notice it. With the magnet feature, I think for a toolbox, the clip on a backpack or something like that. Corey and I are excited to have it when we have to walk the dogs in the dark. You could clip this on your back pocket, on your shirt, on the dog collar, on the dog lead. It would it just clips. The clip is solid. The spring is extra strong, and it's got grips here on the inside to kind of hold better with the clip. Man, I think it's a winner. I think it's a winner for an EDC or a signal strobe when you're riding your bike, walking your dogs, or shit like that. It's going to be solid. So more on that as I use it more, but thoroughly impressed with the O clip, O light already. So I don't have a link ready. I just was going to mention it today, but look out for videos in the future, or head on over to TikTok and check out my videos and pick one up over there and support my new little adventure on TikTok. So anyway, we're at 5 after, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here for April 1st. This was episode 666, and we made it through. April Fool's Day, 666. We made it through. Now only a week until the Giants awake on the eclipse. Got a week, guys. We got a week. Are you ready for the eclipse? I am. I'm ready for it to be over and nothing to happen. So anyway, well, let's wrap it up. If you got nothing to do for the next hour or so, be sure you swing over to Food Forest Farms and Scramblin' Sensei Scramblin' over on the West Coast. Check out his show. Other than that, I appreciate everybody listening. Excuse me. I appreciate everybody listening. It's always free to hit that like, share, and subscribe to return value for value. Please consider joining one of the YouTube membership tiers or listening on any value for value platform like Podverse or Fountain.fm. Otherwise, you can zap me over on Noster. Thanks for the zaps today, guys. You can visit thelotsproject.com or comfreyroots.com to find more information, find all my links, all that jazz. I appreciate it, guys. Have an awesome, awesome Monday, and we will catch up with you tomorrow.